middle here. In the middle is that we all have names associated with pictures. In the middle is our mayor, James Cleveland. Seated next to him is our mayor pro tem, Brian Wingate. Seated next to him is our chair of our Bellmead Economic Development, Charlie Morgan. To the left of Mayor Cleveland is Councilmember Travis Gibson. To the left of Councilmember Gibson is Gary Moore, one of our council members, and next to him is Tommy Bainbridge. On the floor, to your immediate right, on my immediate left, your right is our Fire Chief, Billy Abinka, Officer Watson, Public Works Director Rice, and our Assistant City Manager, Karen Evans. Seated to the left, the first one needs no stranger, Dr. Kumar, the Director of the MPO. Next to Dr. Kumar is Fred Morris, our Director of Community Development. Seated, or standing next to him is Chief Sean Myatt, and last, certainly but not least, Officer Smallridge. Somebody may ask, why were the officers here? I'm going to walk you through that because this was a process. My name is Yost Zachary, and I have the privilege and honor of announcing tonight that the City of Bellmead is being awarded nearly $10 million in grants, the largest grant that we've ever seen in the history of Bellmead, and this was a team effort. I'm going to walk through it really quickly and tell you how it happened, then I'm going to ask a couple of people to say a couple of things. Back in February, I walked into Fred and Karen's office and I said, what do you think about redoing Bellmead Drive? I got the look from both of them, and they both went to work, and next thing I know, they said, let's do it, literally within a couple of days. Contacted Dr. Kumar, said, what do you think about the idea? He said, I think it's a great idea. Bellmead is all about safety. We're all about safety here, safety for pedestrians, safety for bicyclists. So Dr. Kumar thought it was a good idea. And we developed a think tank, literally. The think tank consisted of 6 officers and the chief, public works director, our community service director, and of course our assistant city manager. We got them together, had a great meeting, and 5 or 6 days later, we took the idea to the city council and said, what do you think about doing something like this? And the city council gave us their unanimous support. And they rated 2 streets that were very high on the safety for pedestrians and bicyclists, Bellmead Drive and Concord Drive. And I'm pleased today to announce that we are getting that grant, which will tremendously increase the safety visibility on both those streets. And I would like to not only talk about the safety, but there's some long-term effects that will certainly help the city of Bellmead for many years to come. I do want to give, as I always said, the success of any good coach is to surround themselves with better people than they are. And I could not have done this. They don't like it when I tell them this. But when I gave this project to Karen and to Fred, I reminded them they had somewhere around 60 years of experience between the 2 of them in municipal work, and they needed to make this happen. And the one that kind of guided us through this is Dr. Kumar from the MPO, who not only has the actual experience, but this gentleman, PhD, actually taught this for a while. We often wondered, why did the guy ever leave a tenured position to become the MPO for director, but we are very glad to have him here. I'm going to ask Dr. Kumar if he would please say a few words. Then I'm going to also ask, I know that our mayor was wanting to say a couple of things, but unfortunately he's had a medical procedure that will not allow him to do a whole lot of talking tonight. So Mayor Pro Tem Brian Wingate is going to say a couple of things, and I know that also Travis Gibson would like to, Councilmember Gibson would like to say a couple of things. They're both very excited and happy because, again, this is all about safety and long-term transformational for the city of Bellmead. Dr. Kumar, I'll turn it over to you and I'll step aside.
Thank you. At the Waco MPO, we decided to prioritize safety with the Safe Street for All program that Federal High Administration had put together. And we recently completed the Comprehensive Safety Action Plan, and we are very, very delighted that both City of Bellmead and City of Robinson received significant implementation awards for the projects that are in those two areas. The team that City of Bellmead has put together, who helped us craft the Comprehensive Safety Action Plan, along with all the other cities throughout McLennan County, their input were super valuable, and we are very grateful for that support. And we continue to meet and continue to make progress, and we will do everything we can to make the McLennan County as safe as possible, because none of the fatality or serious injuries are acceptable. We actually really need to get it down to zero, and that's why at the Waco MPO we are fully committed to Vision Zero, and we really expect to get all of these numbers as close to zero as possible by 2050. So thank you very much. We are super excited for this project to happen.
Mayor Pro Tem, I know you want to say a couple of things.
I'm Brian Wingett, Mayor Pro Tem, and as they said, on behalf of the mayor and all of council, I would like to announce how excited we are over receiving this SS4A grant. We want to ensure safer streets for our children, citizens, even people passing through our city, to make it a better place for all. With the support of everyone and the city in this, we can take important steps into enhanced safety for creating all more secure and welcoming environment for everyone in our city. Thank you.
Councilmember Gibson?
Yeah, I guess that's on me. First of all, I'm very excited this evening, and it truly takes a team to get things done. So I want to start off by thanking our city staff, city managers, Yo Zachary, our assistant city manager, Ms. Karen Evans, and Mr. Fred Morris, our director of community development. I appreciate the work, and Dr. Kumar for joining in to get this project done, because they secured, like city manager said, a $10 million grant, a safety grant, because our number one priority in the city of Bellmead is safety for our residents, from our young children to our elderly. And I'm extremely excited about it because Concord Road, a portion of the $10 million is going to be dedicated for the infrastructure improvement on Concord Road. I drive that road daily coming to and from work, and if you've never driven down Concord at nighttime, it's extremely dark, not very well lit up, but this grant will allow us to have the lighting that we need. It's also going to have the speed, what do you call it, Brother Zach, the speed?
They're going to install some traffic speed signs.
Yeah, the speed sign.
Illuminated radar signs.
Yeah, the speed and radar signs, which is going to be really good, and we're also going to stripe the middle of Concord. And so I want to thank the residents of Bellmead, and specifically Precinct 2, for being patient, because that's the main thing I hear is about Concord Road and how can we improve the safety. So it's definitely going to enhance the safety along Bellmead Drive, and also beautification, as well as the safety on Concord Road. And so here at the City of Bellmead, we are committed to enhancing the quality of life for all of our residents through continuous infrastructure improvement projects and also innovative public service. So I'm extremely excited to be here this evening, and hats off to the team.
If you have any questions, I will refer them to the smart people, and we still have a couple of minutes if anybody else.
I think one question I had was, what is the potential timeline for this project? I know there might not be a specific end date right now, but is there an end date in mind of when you guys want this completed by?
If you can go to the mic,
You wanna
whoever
go
wants to
there?
speak on that.
It's going to take some time. Okay, I think the number one question I'm going to get tomorrow, I'm going to get the phone call, and it's going to be, well, nothing's gotten done yet. This is a intense project that involves government funding. It's going to take the council will pretty soon be working with our engineers to draft a conceptual plan. As you can see, this is just a conceptual plan. This is an idea. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but this is kind of what we're looking at. I would suspect, we still got to do environmental, we still got to do surveys. I'd love to get started in 18 months, hopefully, because it takes time. Anything, we want to do it right. And the one thing I can tell you about the city of Bellmead, we are rule followers. If the rule says we have to do this before we do this, we're gonna do it. For one, it's the right thing to do, and second, it's the legal thing to do. I would say 12 to 18 months, I'd love to get this project really started where people can see some progress. And there'll be some public hearings where people have some input. Again, it's a process.
How important is it to have these changes made here in Bellmead?
You know, I think they're tremendously important. I'll defer to any one of the council members that want to answer that. I believe this is transformational. I could see this changing Bellmead for decades to come. Okay?
Yeah, I agree with Mr. City Manager, Mr. Zachary, because it's really important. Because Bellmead is growing, and in order to recruit developers and businesses to come to the city of Bellmead, we have to continuously improve and update our infrastructure to sustain the economic growth and development. So, 1,000-mile journey starts with the first step, and this is the first step that we're taking, and it'll be for years to come. So this is momentum occasion, right? So I'm extremely excited about the opportunity above.
Councilman Gibson, you said that people in your precinct had been asking for a project like this. Has anyone else received that sort of feedback from the residents, that they've been looking for a project like this?
The number one phone call I get is, one, we want the city to be cleaned up, and we're doing that very well with our code enforcement. Number two is, what are you gonna do about Concord Road? That's literally the most calls I get. And Concord Road is a challenge, as the council member said, drive it at night. I didn't believe it till I went there. I know both these officers tell you, they've all worked crashes there at night. It's difficult. It is difficult to drive it. So yes, I think this is something the citizens have been asking for. And the beauty of it is, we're not gonna have to use tax dollars to do this. We pride ourselves on a low tax rate. We're starting a funding for future improvements, but this 7.7 plus the 2 million from BEDC is probably around 10 to 15 cents on a tax roll that we would have to increase the taxes to get this kind of money. I've jokingly told Fred and Karen, okay, y'all don't quit bugging me about money. You guys, you've proven your point. You've earned your salaries for the next 10 years, so it's big.
I'll also like to add to what they said on that. I've lived in Bellmead for 37 years. Been here my whole life. Concord Road has not changed in 37 years. Neither has Bellmead Drive. There's not been no significant upgrades. So both of those two roads alone is significant and a great improvement for Bellmead with our commercial growth that's happened rapidly. I mean, we just got Chick-fil-A, other commercial places coming in. This is just another milestone for Bellmead on our growth and hoping to change people's minds across McLennan County that have always looked down on us, that we're up and coming now.
Mr. Morgan, I know you chair the BEDC. Would you like to add anything? That you guys were big contributors to
What I would like
this.
to add, we talked about this, that this will kind of help Bellmead to have a downtown. We don't have a downtown now. And with this project, that will help us to have that downtown atmosphere that other cities have that we don't.
And people are starting to take notice. I get compliments on a regular basis now because they're seeing the progress that Bellmead is making. And I was coming home from Dallas a couple of weeks ago, and I was coming down 35, and I looked over, and it looks real beautiful tonight, coming down the loop. And so it's just steadily growing. So we are turning some heads, and we're making things happen. And that's why I'm thankful for the residents for being patient, but it takes time. It takes time. You got to put a lot of thought, effort, and strategic strategy in place to make it happen. So, like I said, people starting to take notice of the city of Bellmead.
For businesses and et cetera that are on Bellmead Drive, they're gonna have a lot of questions. Are things gonna change for them? The parking's different, the driveways, et cetera. I mean, anything to say to them?
Yeah, I've been through construction projects before on these type roads, especially in residential. It's going to be uncomfortable for a while, but the way I have to look at it is, this is truly short-term inconveniences for major long-term gains. It'll be uncomfortable. I have never seen a project where it's not dusty. I came to work every day driving I-35. I sure do like it now. I sure didn't like it for a couple of years, but it sure is much better off. So there's going to be some inconveniences, but there's going to be a lot of modernization. There's going to be a lot more foot traffic. There's going to be a lot more traffic, which in turn will create greater economic impact, which we have to make it safe. Because if we don't make the streets safe, people are not going to walk in them. And that's our goal, make these streets safe, and people will walk, and people will bike, which will create more foot traffic, which will create greater economic development.
I don't have any more questions.
Anything? I'm good. Dr. Kumar, you want to close anything with good? You good? Thank you for your time, council. Thank you. I want to say to the council, thanks for having the confidence in staff. I know sometimes you look at me and the staff and you go, we bring up some crazy ideas, but our goal is to make it better for each one of you. And I know that council member Colma is not here tonight because she was out on a pre-planned vacation, but I know she feels the exact same way, and I've had conversations with her about that. But to the council, I say thank you for confidence in us, and we will continue to make you proud. And appreciate your time. Thank you.
I have a question. My name is Claudia Mendoza, and I'm happy to be here and see how you're working as a team to make the city better. I live here. I moved to this neighborhood like 3 years ago, and when I hear people talking trash about Bellmead, I always defend it because I met a lot of people here that are very nice. I'm working for La Vega School now as a teacher aide, and I love working with kids and do something for this community. But I have an issue. I live on Katy Lane, and since last year, I've been sending emails about that creek getting flooded, and that I was about